Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. McFarlane and his shenanigans at it again. Um, this is called the Collectors Club, the drawing board, turning concept into reality. If you know anything about Hasbro and HasLabs, um, looks like this is the McFarlane version of a HasLab. Now, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of interesting things going on here. Um, I guess instead of doing like a Kickstarter, he's just doing it on, his page, which is better, I feel like. Um, so this is basically the McFarlane HasLab for those of you that know what a HasLab is. And we'll scroll down and gather some more information. But it's the Batmobile, Batman versus Superman, uh, and Justice League, Dawn of the Justice League. And look at this astronomical numbers. Am I looking at Bitcoin numbers here? This is like insanity. Um, you know, almost 213,000 US dollars funded in just 6 hours. 53% funded. $400,000 US dollar goal with just 1,176 backers, with 29 days to go. So it's a little bit over halfway in just, I started today at 11 a.m. PDT. I guess that's Pacific. I'm not sure. Pacific Daylight Time. And this one's interesting. There's a lot of tiers to this. So we're going to go through all the tiers. And, me personally, I don't have the space. And, um, you know, this is for if you really want this vehicle, if you're a big fan of, of this vehicle. So we're going to scroll down here. So I'm going to scroll down because they're going to have bigger pictures. And, this is kind of a small picture. We're going to have some bigger pictures here. So this is the base offering. You get the vehicle for $79.99 US dollars plus shipping and handling. 190 backers for this. I guess people just want the base vehicle. Not bad. $80 is, it's a lot, but it's not bad. Could have been worse, So, um, you know, it's not bad. It could be worse. That's what I'm gonna leave that as. So option 2, $9.99. You get the same thing, but with the attachable guns. And it's a pretty high markup for some guns, but it is what it is. It does look better with the guns. And for me personally, I would be kind of upset if I didn't get it with the guns. But to each their own. 285 claimed for just the gun and the car and the weapons on top. So yeah. So moving on here, you get this Batman with the bat signal. And if I was going all in on this, well, not all in, but if I had like the resources and the space, I would totally want this for 129. I think if you're getting the guns for 99 and you're getting the bat signal and this Batman for 129, I think this is where the value catches up right here. So uh this very interesting. It's gonna make a bomb diorama if you're into that. This Batman looks really cool. Um and I would say the 129.99 with 355 backers. Um, that is where the deal kind of is good. So moving on to the next one now. For 169, you get these these grayscale figures. The original Batfleck, the Man of Steel, the Wonder Woman. Um, I really feel like he should have put some color in this. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. But if you're trying to build like a nostalgic, like, kind of feel to it, that's perfect. But really feel like they should have added some colors in here. Maybe McFarlane, he's a little trickster. You know, maybe he's like, they'll buy it for, whatever, 169, 167 claimed. I'm not feeling this too much. I like the figures, but they need color. But to each their own. These may be something that you really want. So moving on to the next, and this is the final 189.99. You get a autographed metal poster. Todd McFarlane. Um, you know, um, I am a fan of metal posters. Um, you know, uh, a lot going on right now with DC. This film being kind of dated at this point, but ironically, maybe a good time to drop this because a lot of people are split with the new Superman. Man of Steel views have ramped up like something like 200%. So if you're a fan of the Zack Snyder verse, this will definitely resonate with you. Very cool Todd McFarlane signature in gold. I love that. This will make a really cool poster, a metal poster for 189. I think it's not bad. This one has 371 backers so far, and I don't think it's that bad. You got Gal Gadot there. Man of Steel, Batfleck, which um, you know, Ben Affleck did get a lot of hate, um, but as I rewatched the films and he kind of sinks in a little bit better, and maybe he, look, we can agree to disagree. Maybe he was a little bit underrated. In my opinion, he was one of the more violent Batmans. Um, with Christian Bale really setting that bar high for Batman. If Ben Affleck would have came out before Christian Bale, he would have got more props. But I just think it's kind of funny how so long after the film, people still kind of collect this Batfleck and have kind of said good things about it. But I really did enjoy the action scenes. He was really violent. Um, it was like a kind of like a more violent multiverse Batman. Um, you know, a lot of people had problems with some of the other characters and movies and stuff like that. But I want to say these three in the front really carrying. Wonder Woman did kind of flop in one of her movies, but she did have some good, couple movies too. So these three definitely carrying the franchise the heaviest. So yeah, really cool poster, metal poster. McFarlane, and his shenanigans again. Um, you know, the 189.99. You get a lot of stuff. I would say that this right here would be a little bit not my favorite, but this is really cool. The guns and the vehicle. Um, so a lot going on here with this drawing board, and I did kind of want to touch on the HasLab. Uh, I'm not sure if it even funded yet. I'm I've seen stranger things happen with HasLabs getting kind of randomly funded. Um, I feel like somehow, right at the end, this is going to get, some mysterious backers are going to come in and push this through. Will it get all three tiers of Snowcat? I don't know, but um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if these numbers are real here. Uh, McFarlane putting up some absolute astronomical numbers for his campaign um, at a cheaper price point. Uh, you know, so I think the good thing about how he did this is you can select the tier that you want as opposed to forcing people to kind of play a tug of war game and fully invest into this the snowcat to get all three tiers. This one you kind of have a little bit of flexibility. um, you know and McFarlane is a crazy guy. you know um, he is a very smart businessman. He knows how to build up hype. He can sometimes get you to buy something you don't even want. So again, buyer beware. Uh, he can be a trickster. But if you're a fan, if you've been watching, like I've actually watched Dawn of Justice, and I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, uh, it's pretty funny that somehow this movie is still generating this amount of hype, and there's a divide in the DC universe between this universe and the new James Gunn Superman. I don't. I kind of watch movies. Try not to be skeptical. That can really interfere with enjoying a movie. I feel so. I don't, you know, criticize it. And just we can agree to disagree, but unfortunately, there is money to be made. Badly criticizing movies at this point, and people are just not going to let that go. And um, at the end of the day, you're going to have to make your own decision, and draw your line in the sand. And if you want to see something, go see it. If you know, um, if you fall in line with one of the influencers, that's fine. But at the end of the day, Um, there is, money to be made off of, and hype, and influence and all that, by badly criticizing a movie. Um, so um, but this is a crazy divide here. Um, you know, it's funny that he kind of went with the Dawn of Justice, because he could have made other figures or other vehicles from the new movie. I don't want to say too much, but um, you know, McFarlane being old school, um, and definitely feel like he likes this series of movies, this multiverse. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? You're getting it or you're not getting it? Me personally, right now, uh, not a lot of space for me, and we got to be wise with our money. But if this is something that if you thought this vehicle was the bomb.com, here it is in all its glory. You got levels to it. You can go full out, get the poster, you know, represent what DC multiverse that you like, and let it be known and shown to your friends and family. But yeah, this is cool. I mean, in another, maybe another timeline, another universe. Shit, I might even do level 5. Just I might throw out those grayscale figures, because I'm not feeling that. I'm not. I don't. McFarlane is funny. He could be. He could. He's like a real. He could be a real trickster. Uh, he knows how to. He could be a little lazy too sometimes. I really feel like he should have put some color on those figures. That would. I think that would ramp up the backing here, but I don't think he needs any help. Um, so let me know what you think. Take care and have a good one, guys.